We have hit the midway part of this season officially in terms of regular season before we get into the playoffs. Just Beavin, season 2 of the podcast, season 4 of the league, episode 8 coming your way right now. Andy, the Beav, JP back here with you, fellas. Another great week in the National Football League. Plenty to talk about on our pod this week, and we have another guest joining us later on in Mr. Cam Kruk. JP, how are we doing on this fine Tuesday night?
4-game win streak for the Bears, longest since 2018. We are doing absolutely phenomenal. No matter what else is happening in life, the Bears on a 4-game win streak.
Good, better, best, man. You can never get much better than that. Beef, you're still in outer space this week, brother.
Yeah, awful weekend, man. Just not good. I don't even know what to say, man. There
What?
was you throw $100 on the Jets and they lose, and then you lose by 1 point, which we'll get to. I mean, yeah, the Bears won, but we beat the goddamn Saints. Who cares? I mean, Spencer Rattler, whatever. It's still good the Bears won. I love my Bears. I don't know. I don't know even. I'm just pissed off. Okay, we'll get into that. We can get into that in a minute. So let's hop into it.
We'll see what B's reaction is. Well, we already probably know in his recap what his reaction is going to be to his match here this week, and we will recap 6 of our matchups right now. We'll save the last one for Cam when he joins the pod. And per usual, JP, we're starting off with you, a win against Wade this week, and I'm sure you have plenty of thoughts as well as you move to 6-1.
Yeah, happy to get a win. Was a lowly performance. Yeah, Mayer was absolutely the worst play of my weekend. I was between, and truthfully, at one point in time, Marv wasn't scheduled to play, and there was someone else who wasn't for sure going to play. So at one point, I had Michael Mayer and Mac Jones. Mac Jones wasn't for sure if he was going to play because Purdy may have been back. So I had Gazdin in as well. And yeah, I thought that like I predicted, I thought the Raiders were going to get absolutely mollywopped by the Chiefs. So I figured they'd be throwing a lot. And Mayer was heavily involved the week prior, so I figured he'd be involved again. I truthfully was between him and Gazdin. Obviously, I wish I played Gadsden, bench warmer of the week, 35 ball down there for San Diego. And then for Io Manor, I was between him and Diggs. Again, same thing. I figured Titans were going to get absolutely mollywopped, and was just hoping that they'd be throwing a lot. And no Ridley. I just think logically, and you can't use logic. I should have just played Diggs and Gazdin, and I would have scored 160 points, and I would have been talking about my team in a whole different light. Also, Mac Jones, ever since I've starting him, he hasn't scored higher than 11 points. And the 3 weeks prior to that, he scored 20 plus every single time. So that absolutely sucks. But yeah, Wade, shout out to you because you were on pace for the worst week I've ever witnessed in fantasy football. At one point, you're lucky Christian McCaffrey did not outscore your entire team, although it was damn close. But I will take my win.
Oh my God.
It is what it is.
I didn't realize, boys, that Tua actually had negative points this week. Oh my God.
Not only did he have negative points, he had it comfortably.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's just jeez. I'll hop in here real quick. I'll get into it when we get into it later, but I'll just hop in it now. Boys, this Raiders offense is hard to watch. It's just as bad as the Jets offense. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we I actually want to ask you boys this question because just for NFL's sake, does Pete Carroll get fired after year 1, or does he have another year? You think he's got one more?
Yeah.
My conspiracy is he gets another year and then he's too old to retire, and Brady.
It's a mutual agreement.
And Brady hits the point in his Fox contract where he can finally get out, and Tom Brady is named the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Wow.
When they draft Arch Manning number 1 overall.
I didn't even think about that, but JP, are you a little nervous about Aaron Jones coming back with Mason? I'm really not. I'm not.
No. Mason's looked too good to not give him the rock. I think Jones will probably just be the pass catcher.
I feel like we've had this discussion already this year that it would be pretty 50-50, if not maybe toward the end of the year, leaning toward Mason getting more of the touches.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good running back. I love him. I was so happy they signed him on that 1 year deal. It was great. I loved it. But other than that, I don't really have much to add. 40-pointer for McCaffrey. Love to see that. But other than that, good week, JP.
Yeah, I don't have much here. Just I mean, this is an all-time low. I mean, obviously we got our guys that aren't winning this year, but 40 points, it's pretty impressive. I mean, you're averaging 4 points per guy. Who was his highest score this week?
His highest score this week was Troy Franklin with 13. Oh no, I lied. It was Alec
Alec
Pierce with
Pierce, all
15.
reliable,
Oh,
all reliable,
reliable.
man.
Little Jordan Humphrey.
And JP on your side, obviously, it's tough not having Lamar or Kyler and just rolling with the punches. Lucky for you, your 120 week it happens to be when you're playing Wade. I know for you, obviously, that's not the number you were looking for, but dealing with injuries and buys, I'm sure. I know you're not panicking, so to speak.
No,
At least I
no,
don't think you are, knowing you
no.
and how this operates. So it's just what do I always say? Doesn't matter how you get them as long as you get them, and you took care of business this week. We will talk about this recap when Cam joins the pod a little bit later on to wrap things out as our guest this week. Manziel Mafia and Hunley's Hicks. Who has the questions? This is JP's
I believe
segment
this
of
is me,
questions
yes.
for these two guys. I mean, before we hop into it, Luke, 93 points after being a wagon the first 6 weeks of the season. JP, like I said, you have the questions here, but man, what a fall from grace this was for Mr. Lucas Hunley.
This is embarrassing. I don't care that Josh Allen's out. This is quite embarrassing. Like,
Yeah, and Ty didn't appreciate it last week when I gave it to him, so I will now remove the title from Ty and appoint it to Luke. Since he was this week's biggest loser, we will start with Luke for our first question, and I'm sure everyone knows where this is already headed. But since Justin Fields has been benched, uh, is Luke going to miss the on and off the absence of Fields boom games, or do we think he's going to still find some success with Tyrod Taylor maybe providing not as many boom weeks, but more of the steady like 12 to 13 rather than the potential bust of 7 and 4 and 3?
I think what do I always say as well? Consistency is key. And I think if this is a low point and if you're going on the Fields boom or bust weeks, if there's a risk of your team scoring under 100 points, I think you're going to take the consistency pretty much every time around. It is tough though because Fields obviously has the capability to go for 30 or 35 on any given week, but man, that he just can't throw the football anymore. 46 passing yards. That is, I mean, that was hard to watch, guys. And we
It
obviously,
was
as Bears
bad.
fans, we had to watch it for a few years to begin his career. This is
I
the end of the line for Justin Fields. We know that this was his last chance, really, to be a starter in this league. It's unfortunate. He's a good guy. We wish the best for him. But I think it might not be the sexier play, right? Tyrod Taylor, he's the vet. He's not going to wow as many people, but we're in the fantasy game to get points and get them as consistently as you can. And I think Luke will appreciate that more down the line.
yeah, Fields is done. I mean, that's just embarrassing. I can't even believe this is the actual stat line. That's just embarrassing. But JP, if you wouldn't mind, do you want to click on Fields? I just want to see like their upcoming games of who they have, just so I can see what
They play
Tyrod Taylor.
Cincy this week.
So Cincy, and then they got the bye week, so that's going to be even interesting because Luke doesn't even have a quarterback to play next week. But then they play Cleveland, New England, and Baltimore, who's going to be interesting because Cleveland's defense and New England's defense have been pretty good. So that's going to be a little interesting for Tyron Taylor for week of 10 and 11. And Baltimore's been a little shaky, so I mean, but 13, 14, and 15, those are very favorable weeks for Tyron Taylor. I mean, Atlanta, Miami, Buffalo. Buffalo. Uh, but yeah,
Curious what Tyrod put up against Tampa Bay. Yeah, see a formidable 16 points there.
It's
I
not
mean,
bad, man. I mean, it's not great, but you're also, I mean, that's steady Eddie, right? I don't think
yeah.
So, Drew, what's your take on the question then?
Can you repeat it for me again? Sorry, my head today is just all over the place. I apologize.
The question was, do you think Luke's gonna prefer the Justin Fields boom and the possibility of
Oh
35,
yes,
or do you
yes,
or do you
yeah. No, I think that he's going to prefer the Tyron Taylor because, I mean, he's going to be a steady guy. He's going to be your 10 to 15 points a week. And with Justin Fields, I mean, you were seeing, 30 points, but I'd rather have a guy that's going to be steady and give me 15 points than have me get a quarterback that's giving me 2, 4,
6,
30.
8, who we appreciate.
And we're not even saying like these 30.
Beaver.
What? Sorry.
no, he's
No,
saying 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do
saying
we
who do we
appreciate?
Oh,
appreciate?
Beaver.
Beaver.
oh. Well, I was just saying, like, I mean, these 30, like, when we talk about these 30-point matchups, I mean, for Fields, you don't know who they're going to be against. They could be against Wade, Kruk. I mean, that's why consistency is key in this league because you need consistent guys in your lineup every week just to put up points and to beat guys. Real quick before we go over to, do you have anything else on Luke, JP?
Nope.
I want to hit on you guys. What's the deal with Jerry Jeudy? Is he dead in Cleveland or what's
I
going
mean, they
on?
only threw 18 passes.
I know, but I mean it's a weekly thing now. I mean, I don't think he's had over 10 points since week 2.
They're going to have to throw a lot this week versus New England, I think. I think that New England offense might carve up this defense. I know that defense has been unreal, but New England currently has the best pass blocking offensive line in the league. And Drake May is playing literally at an MVP level right now. So I think they'll have to throw. If after this week there's still issues, then I think there will be panic. But
Okay. Yeah, that's all I was wondering. You can, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and then my question for Matt, I actually wrote a separate question for both of you because when we get to Andy's question, I'll explain why I didn't want to include Drew in on that question. But Drew, your question is: Matt has been the healthiest contending team in the league to this point. Uh, Outside of maybe Ty or Boyer, all three of them have had pretty good injury luck. But Matt really hasn't had an injury to this point. Ty at least lost Debo for a week and a half. But so do you think that his starting core is good enough now with Chase getting Flacco to win the league, even with a potential injury or two, or has Matt thinned out way too much?
I think he's sent that way too much. I mean, you guys, we can see it now if we look at his team. I mean, Nico Collins, this is the reason I traded him. I mean, Stroud can't give him the ball. I mean, that offensive line is so bad. The offense is bad in general. We saw it last night. 6 points, and now he's concussed because I don't even know. But I mean, Nico Collins can't get the ball. You see the 10 targets, you see the 4 receptions, but I mean these passes are just out of control. Like they're nowhere near him. And now, granted, he did miss one right in front of him yesterday. It should have been like a 30-yard pass. But I mean, I don't know. That offense scares me. But Javonte Williams, I really think he's going to be that boomer bust guy like we talked with Fields. I think he's going to have some spike weeks. I think he's going to have his bust weeks. So I don't know. I don't think Matt's. I think Matt's a contender, but at the same time, he's like Luke. He's one injury away from just he's done, and he's got no picks now. He's got Tice first now, and that's it. So there's no more moves for Matt anymore. I mean, he's gonna make one.
Doesn't Kruk have ties first?
Matt has the 2028, the least
Yeah.
valuable one.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
the
why
2028
Yes.
Matt Cam's the majority stakeholder, and
Yeah.
Matt's the minority stakeholder.
So here's my thing with your question, JP, and Yak, I'll let you hop in after. If Nico gets hurt or Jamar gets hurt, Sutton gets hurt, Matt doesn't have another receiver to play.
Yep.
And there's nobody he can go trade for just the first that's going to be a valuable receiver, in my opinion, in this league right now. Especially no one's going to want to give up a good receiver for just one first. That's 2 years away. That's just my thought. Now for the running back side, yes, he has Trey Benson on his bench, but do we know when he's going to get back? And is he going to be a great asset when he comes back? Nobody knows about that. So there's a lot of question marks still for Matt's team. Now, does he have a good team? Absolutely. But we'll see in a couple weeks of what happens with this team. So
Yeah, and then Andy, I probably should have led with you. I should have known Drew was going to go immediately into why I didn't want to ask him this question. But anyways, Chase is back. We know that, but where does the panic meter fall on Nico Collins now?
Very high, dude. That was really bad last night. He looked horrible. I mean, you see 4 of 10 targets, and from a box score look, or from you just if you didn't watch the game, go, oh well, at least he's getting a lot of looks. Maybe passes were off target. Well contested. He had a handful of drops last night, and some of them were bad. I know one Stroud climbed in the pocket, tried hitting him, perfect ball right down the middle of the field. The dude just couldn't catch it. Like it's one of those where it's becoming a legitimate issue, and it sucks and it's hard to see because Nico Collins has been such a good young receiver in this league for a while. But no, panic meter very high, especially like Drew mentioned, the depth isn't there. Matt has to play Nico Collins every week, and he has to rely on Nico Collins to be an X factor, to be a guy that can lead him to victory. You're not going to, as much as you want to think, you're not going to get 40 points a week from Jamar Chase, even though he's fully capable of doing it. Teams will double him. He'll see good corners. His looks will be shortened up. You can't bank on Jamar Chase getting 38, 40 points every week. You're going to need Nico Collins to get you more than 7, 8 points on a given week. And I'm very concerned right now because just the drops that he has had in the past few weeks and even on a national spotlight against Seattle last night were very, very ugly.
Absolutely loved that answer, Andy. Thank you for that. Other points I wanted to make for Matt's team. We're like a broken record at this point, but I think I speak for all of us. The QB play is piss poor. Hopefully Andy Dalton can do something, but I don't think we're far away from seeing. I don't think a full season Geno benching, but like a 2 or 3 weeks. Like let's see if we can get anything going at this point. Chip Kelly trying to save his job. But it's bad. Those are the only other notes I had for the rest of this matchup. But midi-sized version of ass.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Both the quarterback play in this matchup and the fact that those two were playing each other, Bryce and Justin, that makes it that much more funny. But good win for Matt and for Luke. I feel bad for Luke, guys. He was not having a good time this weekend. He barely watched football. That's
No,
bad.
I know.
That's
I
bad.
don't.
I don't think he said anything in the group chat until the Sunday night game started.
Yeah,
He's like, I can't even enjoy Bijan. I'm watching anime instead of
he was
Sunday
watching
night
anime.
football.
He watched anime this week, guys. I think that's all you need to know. We move on. My matchup, I took on Brady this week, and I'm so entirely proud of this group for showing up in a big way. That's a huge way to respond following a tough loss to Dade last week. If you scroll down, my tight ends came to play. It really set the tone Thursday night when my hand was forced, knowing Puka wasn't going to play this week. I had to start Noah Fant, and JP and I were both pulling for a Noah Fant touchdown on Thursday night, and it couldn't have been the more easiest touchdown pass right over the middle for Joe Flacco, but that really got us going. And I just love looking at Jake Ferguson. 7 catches for 29 yards and 2 touchdowns in our format equates out to 27 points in a matchup. That's awesome. He's been such a consistent contributor this season. Finally got a big week from Devonta Smith, 183 yards. I mean, that big 79-yard go route from Hurts really set that up. But it's good to see him finally have that type of week, be the receiver to carry the group because Puka and Puka have been doing it all this year. And even shout out Keenan Allen, the fossil himself, getting 14 targets, over 100 yards and a touchdown. On the negative side, I am worried about Kamara and Brees, and I'll bring this up later on in previews. One of them, it'll likely be Brees if either one of them get moved. One of them desperately needs a change of scenery, not only for their careers, but for the sake of my stock in Beaverfest. I need a change somewhere. I'm not going to, I can contend and make the playoffs and try to fight all I want, but I know I won't win a championship if Brees Hall and AK are combining for under 15 points in a week. That's just not going to get the job done because I can't bank on my receivers going off like they did this week. On Brady's side, Dart, from a fantasy perspective, Jackson Dart is a guy. He's fantastic. He's ever since taking over that role, he's been really great. Of course, Rashee Rice back this week, under 50 yards receiving, but 7 catches and 2 touchdowns. That'll do the job. And Tucker Kraft, he is the tight end 6 this year. He is quietly putting together not only a good season in general, but a really good fantasy season. So some positives for Brady this week. But on my end, just super happy for my guys. We gave out some game balls in the locker room this week. It's something we try to do every week after victories. And Devonta Smith, Keenan Allen, and Noah Fant got our game balls this week. Those guys have been great for us all year, holding it down. So week by week, brick by brick, just trying to work our way back.
Yeah, I just want to throw in there Rashee Rice. Great stuff, man. You could tell they missed him in the offense. I mean, he looked great. 10 targets, 7 receptions, 42 yards, 2 tutties. Uh, just those that little play they had in the end zone. I think when it was 14-0 when he scored a second tutty, that was a sick play. Just have him on that. I think it was like the end around route or whatever. I'd love to see that. But hey, Andy Reid wasn't wrong, and he wasn't lying. They said he was going to get going in the offense right when he came back, and he sure did. I mean, he looked great, looked healthy, and yeah. But yeah, that's all I really want to touch on Bray's matchup there. And also Jackson Dart's just a better version of Justin Fields, if we're being honest. That's just what he is.
I think their pro comp was pretty identical for me. From a actual quarterback standpoint, I don't think Dart's a very good thrower of the football. They both are hard to scheme for because their running ability, but eventually the league figures out that you can't throw. We've seen it with Fields now. I'm jumping in with Brady here. Brashard Smith finally getting the main workload. I know it was due in part because of the blowout, but it was good to see him because he's obviously the most explosive back in that backfield. Pacheco's lost it in the injuries. And then want to pull up the Rice trade that me and Brady made. And I think this is turning out to be one of the most balanced trades potentially in league history. Brady gets his young piece, wide receiver 1. I got McCaffrey to help me win a championship. He also gets a first and a second out of that. So just wanted to highlight and shout out Brady for being such a good trade partner since joining the league. And I'm glad we made that deal.
Nice. Yeah, I'm happy you guys made a trade. That's great.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm not even gonna. I won't. You can see, people who are watching. You can see the score with your own 2 eyes. Beav, here you go, man.
I mean, there's really nothing to add here. I mean, there is, but I mean, just scroll down. There's a lot of question marks about this whole matchup. I mean, after I saw I texted somebody this. I don't remember who it was over the weekend. After I saw the score was, I think 21-0 in KC going into halftime. I knew Genty wasn't getting another reception or carry. I just knew it was game over for him. What really made me mad about this matchup, okay? CD Lamb comes back out for 4 weeks, comes back. 22 points at halftime. They are beating the piss out of Washington. Doesn't see another target the whole game. But he's on the field running around like it's just doing basically suicides the whole time out there. I mean, why even have him out there if you're not going to throw him the ball? I mean, he looked stellar in the first half. No targets, nothing. But we're still going to feed George Pickens, sure. Just like how I lost 3 weeks ago, whatever. Got to feed that man, right? Then here's the thing. Here's the big question everyone's probably asking. You traded for Rico Dowdle and Cedric Tillman this weekend, and why is he not in your starting lineup? Okay, Darren Waller's had double digits every week. Okay, and he's playing against Cleveland. I thought Tua was just gonna feed him like crazy. I thought he was just gonna have a bunch of dump off passes, and with their tight end premium, I thought he was gonna have about 4 to 5 receptions, which puts him at about 15 points. Okay, and so we'll get to Genty in a minute. Get the hell off him. We'll get to him in a minute. Okay, we'll get to him in a minute. Okay. So I thought that's how it was going to be, okay? My thing with Daddle was I did not like him going into Jets defense this week, especially with Hubbard coming back. Yes, they split carries. I think he had 10 carries and 2 receptions for 1070, I think he was. So yes, I would have beat Jake if I played him, but that's just fantasy, man. I mean, you're not gonna make the right call every week, okay? So here's the other
17 carries, so you were only off by 7.
7, whatever. Again, he had 1 reception, whatever. But here's the thing. Who would have thought Darren Waller has a pec injury in the first half? And then, mind you, Mike Evans comes back this week and then breaks his collarbone. I mean, what the actual heck? And then he has 4 targets as well, so he could have caught 1 pass before he got hurt. Like, so back to the Genty thing. I'm not even worried about him at all. Like, he's fine. That offense is just bad. It's up there with the Jets' offense. How bad their offense is. I would not be shocked if Geno gets benched for Pickett by like week 15. You heard me here. I would not be shocked if Geno gets benched if he keeps playing like this. Click on Genty. I just want to tell the viewers this with his upcoming schedule. He's got a bye this week, but then he's got Jacksonville, Denver, and Dallas. Okay, I'm expecting big weeks from those 3 weeks. Okay, especially Dallas. Okay, now then he's got Cleveland, LA, Denver again. He's got Philly. That's a rough stretch. Okay, that's a rough stretch. Then if I make the playoffs,
it looks like it's rough for the rest of the season, quite frankly. I'm just gonna tell it how it is. I mean, he has 2 good matchups on there.
Yeah, I mean it's not, and is that partially his fault? No, but I mean the offensive line's terrible. It's just bad. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of question marks. I love Genty still. I mean you can just see it in his press conferences too. I mean, he just looks devastated and doesn't want to be there. I mean, it feels like the whole offense doesn't want to be there. I mean, Jacoby Myers, I don't know if you saw what he said. He's like, yeah, I mean, want to stay professional as I can be, but I want to be traded. But if I don't get traded, I'm going to still be professional and play my role here in Vegas. So, I mean, props to him. But the real issue in this matchup is the Bears scoring 29 points, 26 points, and Caleb Williams has 4 points. That's what lost me the matchup here. Okay,
Justin
granted,
Fields outscored Caleb Williams.
he did. I mean, if he doesn't throw that dumbass
Drew,
pick,
I think you're in the two injuries will cost you the matchup.
well, yeah,
Caleb at least scored. I mean, you had two guys who
yeah,
put up goose
okay.
eggs.
I just want you. Do you guys understand though why I started Waller this week though? Like
No, I don't.
No, I
I
really
was gonna
don't.
say when I got here, when you finally shut the fuck up and let us talk, I was gonna say that I can't believe you started a guy who practice. We see it every year with Miami. They can't play when it gets cold. It rained that whole game. You looked at the schedule. Well, you didn't look at the schedule. Didn't see it was gonna be a rainy shithole in Denver or in Cleveland, and you started Darren Waller after you just traded for Rico Dowdle and gave up a second. I don't know how you couldn't start Rico Dowdle there. So no, I understand why you're frustrated he got hurt. It sucks that Evans dropped the ball. Kittle also dudded. Yeah, you should have won this week. 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You should have won this week. Genty, I think we like the way we talk about look directly across from Genty, Saquon Barkley. You can't bench Saquon Barkley. Doesn't matter how many dud weeks in a row he has. Doesn't matter. We cannot put Genty in that conversation. We cannot put him in. Every time he's had a good week, it's been against piss poor run defense. Like we just mentioned with his schedule, I think Genty's really going to be matchup and bye week and all this. He's going to be very dependent. I don't think he's a must start every week now. I think we've seen it long enough now that I mean, if I pull it back up, anytime he played a good rush defense, he has been absolutely shut down. Then he plays three terrible rush defenses in a row, and he lights them up. And I wouldn't even say he lit up. I wouldn't even say that he lit up Indy, who has a good rush defense. He just happened to catch 5 passes for 42 yards. He wasn't
yeah,
that effective on the ground. 14 for 67. I mean, that's all right. 4.79. It's great, but it's not superstar numbers. I think this was the matchup of ifs and buts and what could have's. And unfortunately, Drew was on the shitty end of that and didn't win because Kittle dudded, Barkley
Yeah.
dudded, Rome dudded, Kendrick Bourne dudded, Vidal dudded.
This was the matchup of the duds.
Yeah, that's
That's what
exactly. It was
this
the
was, man.
matchups of ifs, because if Zippy would have lost, it would have been well, if this happened, but if this happened, what if this
Yeah.
happened? But it didn't. Drew, unfortunate for you that you've drawn your second short stick this year. Yeah, there's just not
Welcome
much
to the
else to
club,
say.
Drew.
Yeah, it happens. You're 3-4. There's still a lot of season left, as we talked about in the group chat today. A lot of 4-3 teams. Playoffs are still wide open to a degree. I mean, the problem is the front runners are starting to get a little pull away there, but there's still a lot going on. Andy, I don't know if you got anything you want to add, but
I got one thing that's on Jake's side. AJ Brown is back. That's good to see. I mean, I
yeah,
mentioned both him and Smith were monsters this week because they finally aired it out.
yep.
And you brought him up already. What's up with Barkley, guys? This is a legitimate problem.
Yeah,
I
he's looked
yeah.
rough, and they've been shutting him down. And it's not even like they're. My guess would be I'm really not paying that much attention to the Eagles' offense. So if anyone makes it here and wants to correct me, please let me know. But if they're stacking the box or whatnot, I don't know. But he's looked horrible the last 2 weeks, and they play New York again, who just absolutely mollywopped him. So I don't know if he's going to look much better.
Yeah, he looks real bad. I don't know. It's just weird. He can't. I don't know. It's not even like the separation, but like he's not even finding the end zone. That's the other part that's worrying me. It's like 18 carries for 44 yards is the biggest concern. It's like Henry. It's like he's not finding the holes and going. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah. No, that's all I had. Jake, another narrow win. Talk about it in the previews, the numbers that have gone into it. For him this year, we won another tight matchup, 95-90. Dade taking down Jack. Drew, you also have questions on each of these guys from this week, so I'll kick it to you.
Yeah, Dane, I'll start with you. Happy to see you made that trade with Kruk. I didn't really like your side. We talked about this weekend. But I'm glad you're making moves. I'm happy to see you do that. Finally, it's good to see you being over 500. Uh, my real question, boys, is what do you guys think Dade's plan is for his tight end? I mean, Cole Kmet's not the answer. The tight end game in Chicago is just Loveland Kmet. It's just not good right now. Do we think he goes after someone for a low value? Like, what do you think, Yak? What do you think?
No, I think he's going to stay the course. He knows, at least I like to think Dade knows what he's doing here in this rebuild and trying to trend it back up. We've talked about it in this league. Sometimes when guys try to speed things up in a rebuild, it doesn't always end up well. I think Dade realizes the ceiling of his team, what his team could be. I don't think he's a tight end away from making a serious run. I think what he's doing right now is fun. He's going to keep doing things the right way, but similar to what we'll talk about later with Frank and his future and not wanting to push it this year. I think you make that argument for Dade as well. They're not in the same category. Obviously, Frank's team's much more established, and you know what you're getting a bit more there. But I think more with Dade, he doesn't want to mortgage his future. His future is still really important. He's trajecting. He's heading in the right direction. I don't think he's going to try and speed run that. Trying to get a tight end. I mean, that's such a disposable position in fantasy football. It's such a hit or miss spot. I don't think he's going to risk anything in his future for that point.
No, 100%. I would agree with you. Do you have anything to add, JP, to that? What do you think?
Just was going to say that I think we have a trade problem in our league where guys see that someone needs something, and so they're trying to get way too much value out of them. And I think that's what's caused a lower rate of trade this year compared to other years.
I would have to agree. I don't disagree. For Jack, I'm gonna make this quick as possible, but this is actually a big concern that I was saw. Uh, Jack, boys, he's got to be praying every night that A-Chain gets traded from Miami, so Ollie Gordon takes that RB1 spot for him, which it could be a possibility. We'll see that next week with the trade deadline coming up. Right? Trade deadline's next week for NFL on Tuesday, correct?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Two weeks, my bad. Okay. But Jack's got 5 first-round picks this year. His first rounder with 4 other first rounders. I believe at the top of my head, Luke, Ty. No, he doesn't have Ty. I lied.
He's got 5.
He's got 5. Whatever. Do we see him making all 5 of these picks, or do we see him trading 2 to 3 picks and getting someone valuable for his team?
Jack doesn't trade, so I think he keeps all 5 of his picks.
I echo. Andy took the words out of my mouth. I think exactly what Andy said is correct.
All right. That's all I needed to see here. So
And Jack narrowly escaping danger, guys. Staying at 0-7. He's had a couple of these this year where he's almost come back. He's almost won when he hasn't meant to. And it sets up a fun matchup with Cam this week. Our final contest. This was a shootout, a thriller. Ty, a huge victory after dropping his previous 3 games. And Boyer losing his second game of the season. I got questions here, JP. I'll start with you, and this is Ty's question. Big boom week for him. Being able to put up showings like this proves that he can be a force down the stretch. However, if you look at his bench, his depth is questionable. Does that worry you at all moving forward? And might Ty address this at the deadline, or does he not have enough assets to give up?
Yeah, I think the assets are too thin. That happens when you give up 2 firsts for Jordan Addison and 2 firsts for Will Levis. That tends to happen. Yeah, and I mean, if something happens to Amon-Ra, I think the season's over because eventually Puka will come back. Devontae Adams had a horrible stat line. I know he caught 3 touchdowns, which is sick, but I mean, you cannot depend on 3 touchdowns on a week in, week out basis. So unfortunately, yeah, I do think that's a real issue, and especially at the running back position. If Judkins goes down, I think the season is immediately over for Ty.
I would 100% agree with JP. I echo him.
All right, then my question for Boyer, Beav, we'll start with you. There's no doubt he's a top 2 team in this league week in, week out. However, he's had some slight inconsistencies at the RB2 spot a couple of different weeks this year. Does that impact Boyer at all in his quest for a title, or do you think there isn't much that can get in his way?
Yeah, I mean, look, when the Rams are throwing the ball, Kyron's not getting the ball. So when the pass game's going well for them, they go away from the run game, which that's always been McVay. So I mean, uh, Kyron, you see, this is his first single digits, but I mean, for Cam wants more consistency from Kyron, as you know, he loves him. So I mean, Kyron's going to need to put up about 16 to 18 points weekly. Uh, so But yeah, he's gonna need to stay more consistent if he wants to compete for that title. Cam's biggest problem always though has been his consistency, and he can't seem to find that. But yeah, what do you think, JP?
Yeah, I think with Kyron, it's always been a touchdown dependent thing. I just went ahead and looked at his playoff schedule, and that's going to be a tough stretch of games. So I think there is some questions to be had with Kyron and his consistency, and I'm not sure it's going to keep up to the degree that Boyer's hoping for when he goes to make his run at a championship.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting case. This might be Boyer's best group that he's brought to the playoff table. Can he finish the deal at the end of the day?
One more thing I want to quickly add. I know we kind of stiffed you guys on time here, but I don't want to take anything away from your guys' matchup. 178 and 162, as Andy mentioned, absolute fireworks. Great to see for the league. And Ty, shout out to Ty for sweeping Jack and the Rippas on the season.
Yeah, Judkins, big game, 3
Yes, sir.
touchdowns that really carried him in every stretch of the way. That'll do it for our recaps here in week 7. It is now to our guest, Mr. Cam Kruk, joining the pod. We'll recap his matchup and preview all of week 8 here on the Just Beavin podcast. We are now at the guest portion of our show this week. You can see him right on screen with a fun background that he will share with all of you. It is none other than Cam Kruk himself. Cam, welcome on the pod.
How y'all doing?
Master troller.
Behind me is the Typhoons. And the top got cut off, but it says majority owner of the Typhoons because I do own the majority owner of the Typhoons. I have the 26 and 27. If Ty would like to hit my line on either of them, that's cool with me. Yeah, that's how I wanted to bring myself into it. Hate you, Ty.
Well, Cam, welcome onto the pod. I'm sure we'll run around the table here. If we got a few questions for you before we get into your recap this week against Frank, and we preview every week 8 matchup. Hard to believe we're already getting into our 8th week of this season. First of all, the vibes right now for your team is we're going to learn you're 0-7. You have not won a game this year. I believe it's been since week 4 of last season, the last time you won a game. But just overall, right now, the vibes of your franchise and just enjoying the company here in your second year in this.
Yeah, it's sick, I wasn't going to sell out this year or next year, but frankly, when Ty traded me 2 firsts for Addison, it kind of forced my hand. Like I have to just go for it now. So that's what I did. I wasn't gonna pass up on that offer. And honestly, I like where I'm at. I feel like I'm one of the stronger set like core teams that are tanking 0-7 right now. And with 7 firsts coming up, I'm I'm due. Patience is a virtue, and I'm fucking due.
It is. It very much is a virtue. JP, you got any questions for Cam before we get going?
Just happy that you're committed to paying the buy-in every year, man.
That's cool with me. Some people need the money. It's all good with me.
I mean, if some people need the money, why don't you just donate to a charity? Like, come on, man.
Charities are fake.
I love this start to this episode. This is the making for the best episode podcast history.
This is rocking. Oh, Cam, before we start recapping, we had a pretty good guest appearance with Luke last week, and we had our giveaway winner from the Instagram, Anthony Zaparo, a couple weeks ago. Also, really good guest appearance.
Mm-hmm.
You got
He
some
was a great
big,
guest.
you got some big shoes to fill this week, man.
Yeah, I mean, Luke is he looks pretty until he sucks. Like it's destined to fail at some point. But Zaparo, great guess. He said my team and Matt's team was the same, and that's glorious to my ears. He'll never unhear that. Yeah, going back on Luke, I hate to see a brother fall, but my God, at the end of that video, I couldn't watch anymore. It was just cringe, zero aura the whole time. But I digress.
We're talking about Aura, Cam. You unfortunately did lose by a healthy 115 points this past week to Frank. Frank happened to be the highest score in the league. We know at this point, as mentioned, as people can see, you're 0-7. Name of the game is not winning this year. Just overall reflection of your matchup this week and your overall thoughts. I love that you continually start Dare Uga Bunga Walla every single week.
Oh wait, I almost got cut up this week though too, because I had Damian Pierce starting and then he said out 20 minutes before. I almost got screwed, but good job.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy. Dayar Ungabawale was ready to go.
Oh goodness.
But no, I'm happy how this turned out. Um, I don't see myself winning a game, maybe against Jack in a couple weeks, but I
Jack
hope
this week. You
this
play
week.
Jack this week.
This week, yeah. I'm expecting probably a win, but hoping not. I don't mind my team at all. I think we have core players for next year. Tyler Warren's a stud.
Yeah.
He's an absolute
Oh,
stud. He's on the block if you guys actually want to hit my line, but
oh Jesus.
Beef, you didn't. Beef or Luke, you did not hear shit. Um, Dyer Bungawala is on the block if you really want.
Cam, I don't think he has 0 for 1 in targets. I don't think he's gotten a single carry.
He's a locker room guy. No shit. He's always gonna have a
Right.
contract.
Yeah,
Two
that
carries,
If
two,
you need
two
to- if
carries
you-
in week 1.
If you need to sell, if you want to sell, that's your guy. Don't have to play running back.
Isn't his sister a WNBA All-Star?
I
or is
God,
that
I
the
hope
myth?
That's
not.
her.
I think that's her. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. She's
the-
on the Dallas
Aces, right?
Wings.
Oh
Oh no.
shit.
She
Let's
went to
go
Notre Dame.
Aces.
Let's go Aces. She went to Notre Dame though, right?
Yeah,
Aren't
she
they
did
the
go
same?
Notre Dame. Yeah.
All right, I'll do
But-
some research here.
But I think Matthew Golden. I think this year isn't his year, obviously. I don't hate the trade I made with Ty. I don't need Judkins right now. He does. I think Matthew Golden's gonna pop off next year, and I think that's a fair analysis. Is possibly Wandell he's worth a first.
Oh my goodness! Stop! Just get off the show.
Press on his
The
look at his
website. Hey,
stats. Look at
link
his
the
stats.
website. Link the website.
I don't have it anymore. It's in the chat.
It's in the
Press
chat.
on his stats.
JP, to answer your question, she is on the Wings, and they are.
Look at that,
Hmm.
dude. That's such good numbers.
Oh wow!
But what about weeks 3
Dude.
through 5?
It happens. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It happens. What
He is
about
the wide
Roma
receiver
Dunze?
19.
That's
What about
football,
Roma
man.
Dunze? He's
Okay, so you think he'd be putting up this production with Malik Neighbors and our boy Darius Slayton in the lineup?
Well, look what he did
Hey.
the first 2 weeks with Neighbors, bro.
And you can't
he
have
dropped a 30
hypotheticals.
bomb.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
okay, hold up though.
no, we can't have hypotheticals. We can't. Neighbors is never healthy. You got to rely on the big dog.
Neighbors is
Wandale Robinson.
Neighbors is never healthy. Didn't he only miss like 1 game last year?
And how many did Wandale miss?
Oh my goodness! This
Exactly.
this is over.
I still feel like
can't.
Cam, you owe me a drink or something for letting you get Wandale in the expansion draft.
You can kiss my ass.
Let him off my team. Fellas, Drew, I know you have questions for both teams. JP, I guess you and I can go as well. Anything to think about, look at with this matchup here? Really good on Frank's 190 leading scores.
Yeah.
Cam, over under 4.5 weeks until it is perfect timing in Cleveland.
Under. Dylan Gabriel's
Under.
not showing anything. He's a perfect QB if you know you're gonna draft a QB next year, which they definitely could.
They
But
should.
I honestly say give it to week 8 or 9, and then Shedeur take at least 2 or 3 weeks, see if he can finish out the season. But Dylan Gabriel's not showing anything. And although this last pass game, they couldn't catch anything either. So they had so many drops. But no, I think it's under for sure.
I hope so, man.
Before we get to Beav's questions, just want to run through Frank's team real quick. Jameer Gibbs was fantastic on Monday Night Football last night. The one thing with Frank, and him and I were together yesterday, we keep talking about that Seattle running back room. It's who do you play there? That is such a tough thing. Walker, 17 carries. He had 5 more carries than Char, but Char with 2 touchdowns.
Walker's a sell.
It's tough. It's really tough, and it's a good problem to have. It's a tough problem to have. And Jaden Higgins is putting up a gooser. I mean, it helps that Trey McBride is awesome in every way. I have some redraft stock in him, and another big game for him. And Ramondre Stevenson getting some touches. We talked in the recaps about how that's impacted Travion Henderson and even Dalton Schultz getting 9 targets as well. So obviously the goose egg didn't affect Frank in any way, but the receiver play is definitely tough. But he's got those big time players to where he could definitely make up for it. So a much needed bounce back week for Frank following last week. He moves to 5-2. And Drew, the floor is yours. You have questions for Cam and Frank's teams in this matchup.
Yeah, real quick, I'm going to touch on Frank about Kenneth Walker. I was really watching Kenneth Walker last night, And I don't know if it's just me, but these past 3 weeks when he gets carries, he's dancing like crazy in the backfield before he makes like a decision of where he's going. He's like giving me flashbacks of like Swift, like those first
I
3 weeks.
said over in the offseason when Walker was available and you were like, "Oh, I would take Walker." It's like we're just trading for a younger DeAndre Swift.
I mean, yeah, that's literally what he is. I mean, he just dances back there and then he loses 2 yards. Before I went to bed last night, I watched that first half and I saw Walker like have 3 carries and he was dancing in the backfield and he had like -5 yards on those 3 carries like combined. I was like, what are we doing, dog? And then Charv's like that hard nosed runner where he just straight down and kind of like he's way better. He's like a better Pacheco runner. Like he just runs like Pacheco, but obviously way better. But
I'm a
uh,
big Sharp guy for sure.
yeah, he's
I
a
uh I do want to one quick comment on Frank, and then Drew, we can get to your questions. 140 points from 5 guys on Frank's team. This is the most overrated 190 points scored in the history of the league. Uh,
yeah. I don't
yeah, I
think
just wanted to
Bo.
make that known that five of his players combined for 150 or 140 points.
Yeah,
So the rest of his team scored 50.
I don't think Bo Nix is ever going to see 30 points again in his life. I
I mean, the fact that he
maybe I'm
did this
wrong.
on 27 of 50, he barely completed 50% of his passes.
Dude,
I mean,
disgusting.
that's just not even gonna get into
Well,
that.
the 2 rushing touchdowns helped that,
Yeah.
Mark, obviously.
Oh, God.
Frank's QB play is terrible.
50 attempts. 50 attempts. I didn't know Joe Flacco was playing this week. I mean, oh
Well,
my
Drew,
goodness.
they were down
I
19
know.
nothing
I
until the
know.
fourth quarter.
It's just insane. I can't believe that's actually a real stat. But all right, we'll start with Frank since Kruk's on here. I'll leave him last. So, my question for Frank for you boys is, like Yaki kind of touched base on a little bit. His receiver room it's a little weak. Yes, Zay Flowers on the bye week. He had to start Jaden Higgins, but with Tet having no quarterback and Bryce Young like we saw again this week, very poor with 6 points. Drake London, he has the targets. He's a big time player, but as you see, he had those at an 8 point goose egg, and then Jaden Higgins a 0 point game with 3 targets. So, what do you guys think? I'll throw it over to you, JP. Do we think Frank's going to go out and acquire a receiver? Because he doesn't have any receivers on his bench besides Zay Flowers, and he's still a question mark, too. I mean, he hasn't been very great with Lamar out, even though Lamar is coming back this week. What do you think? Do you think he goes out and shops for a receiver, or do you think he just stays put and just hopes for the best and works for next year?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very up and down receiver room, especially even when Lamar was playing. Flowers was showing a little bit of regression from last year, and then Drake London has to be one of the most frustrating players to own. I own him in a couple of redrafts, and I've owned him in a couple of redrafts since he entered the league, and I don't understand how he can look like the best receiver in the league a week prior, and then he's only getting 4 touches. I really didn't watch that San Fran. Oh wait, yeah, I did watch that San Fran Atlanta game. It
I was
was a
going to
Michael
say,
it was a Michael Penix issue. It's so I'm just not sure how we're not generating him more like quick touches just to at least get him the ball because it's not like he's bad in space. I mean, yeah, he's 6'5", but he's an athletic 6'5". Uh, but and then Tet, I think Tet will be better with Andy Dalton. Do I think Frankie will go out and acquire a receiver? No, I do not. Do I think he should? Yes, I think he should.
Now, I want to touch base before I get to you, Yak, real quick. Is Jaden Higgins by far the worst pick in the first round in any 3 drafts we've had in the first round this year? Or like in like the past 3 years, my bad.
I have to go back and look.
I mean, it's still a rookie year. Like you could say the same thing about Henderson too. Like they're both not doing well.
I agree, but I'm just
And
saying.
Henderson's our running back. You can get points on points for nothing. This guy's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
loaded wide receiver
I
room.
just ran through both first rounds off the top of my head, and easily the worst picks have been Jaden Higgins and Caleb Johnson,
Oh
and
yeah,
then Trevion Henderson third. So, yeah,
If we started this league a year earlier, those answers would have been Christian Watson and Sky Moore because those guys were both going in first round in rookie drafts the year we started this league. So I guess we're lucky.
God, I couldn't
Western
even.
Michigan goat.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine taking Sky Moore at
Yeah,
7. Jeez.
I'll jump in and answer your question, Beav. Obviously JP did a bulk of the analysis, so I'll just give you my answer. I don't think he is, because with Neighbors being out and him dealing with other injuries, I think Frank acknowledges that this probably isn't his year, so he's not gonna go all in on a season that he might not be totally confident in. For him to go win the title, I think it's when you need to make a move like this, you need to make a move knowing that you have a good chance to win. And I don't know if, while he could use some help at receiver, there's no denying that. I think you look at all of our teams trying to compete, we all could use something in a different area. But if it's not going to put him over the top, I don't think he's going to mortgage the future in that regard. So with the injuries and stuff, I don't think he'll make the move because I just don't think he believes that it's his year.
No, and I'll even say it with my team. I'm seeing the same issue. Like, receiver's the hardest thing this year for me, and it's not even just my team, it's not even Frank's team. A lot of injuries this year, boys. A lot of injuries, and it's stacking up quick. I mean, there's only so many guys you can play, and it's getting to a point where it's very scary. Like, I'm looking at a world where I'm starting Trey Harris or Jalen Noel this week, so, so, so that's very exciting. So, Cam, I'll throw it. You got any other? Do you want to add anything to that, Cam, or what do you think?
I'm all good.
You sure?
Well, I think T Mac is gonna do a lot better. I mean, he was pretty consistent the beginning of the season, but he's just gonna Andy Dalton's gonna chuck it up to him. I mean, Andy Dalton's in the
And
Joe Flacco stance. He
and
doesn't
this
care.
and this might be a dumb thing to throw out there, but he's not going to do it. But do we see a world that Frank trades Neighbors because he's concerned about the ACL injury of
No.
Neighbors?
No, because
I
his
already
values,
tried.
his values,
It's not happening.
his values at an all-time low right now. You usually don't sell low on stuff like that.
I heard he might
If
get
he's
traded to
telling.
the Raiders. We might see that, so stay tuned. All right, Kruk, back to you. So I got a couple questions for you because I'm very confused at like what your situation right now. Okay.
I feel like it's pretty prominent with my situation.
Well, it's just there's a lot of question marks. Okay. So Matthew
Okay.
Golden, you touched on him. We'll get to him later. So 0-7, still rebuilding. Okay, I get that. But
hmm
are you concerned about JJ McCarthy? He's in year two and
No,
he's played two games.
look,
You don't think they move on
I'm
from him?
only gonna talk about this once. He's 22. Okay, he's won a
I
national championship. He's
I don't
22.
I
He
don't care
can
how old
play
he
in
is.
the. Okay, so say he was 40. Would you care?
Yes, he would care.
Thank you.
Obviously, but okay,
It's the same.
okay,
It's the same
just
thing.
okay,
If
whatever.
he's 22, most of the QBs coming in are 24, 25. Let the dude sit. Let him get some chemistry between the boys.
He's always hurt though. He's always hurt. Like they're
They make him hurt, dude. He's going
well,
down
oh
willingly.
yeah,
No shit.
yeah. The Vikings are just gonna making him hurt. Yeah, it's his.
So
Hey, they
can I
have they
can I
have
counter? Oh, sorry.
4 out of 5 starter day one starters for the Minnesota Vikings are injured now, and that doesn't even count Christian Darrisaw. So 5 out of 6 starters.
God,
They're
Yeah,
planning for the
I guess
future, man.
my only thing with the McCarthy is okay. I mean, they're not going to, but if they moved on from him, then what? Like, do they draft? They don't. Are they going to reset the wheel and draft another guy?
No, I think
Like,
what they do like
yeah,
a Daniel
like
Jones
no.
type of thing. Pick up
I
a
I mean,
lackluster player
Yeah,
and
Sam
then
Darnold. They had him, and they
yeah,
let him
Yeah,
go for
exactly.
McCarthy.
yeah.
I agree with Cam. He's 22. He was the number 10 pick in the draft. He looked great week 1 when he played. He struggled week 2, but he was basically a rookie. It's not like Caleb looked great every single week he played. I like JJ coming out of school. I still like JJ now. He's playing with Kevin O'Connell. I mean, there's Carson Wentz has looked relatively okay. I don't know. He's got Justin Jefferson. How bad can he really
Yeah.
be? Plus, he can run.
I mean, I think they should trade for Deshaun Watson. That's just me, but
Just give the dude some time, man. He's 22.
but
He's got to learn.
but Cam, my real question is, what are you gonna do at running back? I mean, you got two guys that
I
are
don't plan
in.
on doing a lot.
Well, I was just gonna say you got your pick this year, and it's looking like you're not gonna get Jeremiah Love.
That's
So
fine.
I understand that,
I'm
but
gonna keep the cards close to my chest, but
so do you plan
I
on
know.
trading for somebody, or what do you think?
Hey, Ty's first is open.
All right, all right. Well,
His
that's
first is
I like
open.
that answer, Cam.
His first is open. And I still been doing my own recruiting, and I know who I want to pick at Ty's pick potentially, or my pick, but I do plan on to address that in the future, yes,
all right.
if I'm sober enough.
Alrighty. in the books. And Cam, you get to join us here for our previews this week. JP, your schedule, man. You have got a good stretch coming up here,
I'm
midway
just
point
gonna
through
say
the
this
season.
is fucking bullshit. This is fucking rigged.
You got Dade this week, JP. It's your matchup, and as the tale goes, we always let whoever's on the panel matchup it is go first. Your thoughts, man?
Yeah, to address my fellow panel member attacking me right there for literally no reason. Yes, I do have an easy 4-game stretch, but I have no other ones on the rest of my schedule. I just happened to get them lumped all together. I didn't have
As did I.
any.
Yeah.
I didn't have any in the first 4 weeks. I don't have any after week 9. I end the season in some, I don't remember the exact order, but with some order of you, Ty, Frankie, Luke, and there's one other game in there against a formidable opponent, maybe Brady or someone, but
All right, probably Kruk.
it's not Crook. But point being that you can come at me because you're 3-4, and that's fine. But
Oh, this is bullshit now.
No,
Oh Jesus.
Beef. You're
Oh
gonna have this.
Jesus. Oh
but
Jesus.
I could lose 3 games and you could win 3 and we'd still be tied. So let
Beef,
that sink in.
you would say this about every team JP plays besides 2 or 3.
Second of all, you know, uh, I'm not gonna mince my words here. I picked Jack to win last week, as we talked about in the recaps, and I'm fucking pissed that Dade won that game. Because if Josh Downs and Christian Kirk play, my Dade's at 3-4. I'm starting to get worried Dade's winning too many games for me owning his first. It's starting to like genuinely freak me out. But anyways, more on my team. I'm happy to get Henry back against one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. I don't care how they played against New Orleans. That running back room, Kamara has lost any juice he potentially has left. He's looked awful this year. Christian McCaffrey might be the best player in the league. What can't he do? Happy to get Jefferson back off the bye. Struggling here in the wide receiver spot with Brian Thomas and Marvon bye. Not sure if I'm going to start Jennings or Io Manor, but Io Manor has been absolutely disgusting, as has Tony Pollard. Thank God Diggs has looked all right, because otherwise I gave Drew a first for Pollard and Diggs, and let that sink in. Anyways, Fannin is the GOAT, Gadsden is the GOAT, and Lamar is back. I expect to. I need to score 160 this week, or we're making a coaching change, and we're giving not a coaching change, but play calling duties are going back to Kevin Parker, because this is just not what my team is supposed to be doing. We're finding ways to win, but it's not pretty. It's not terribly ugly. It just hasn't been super pretty like it used to be, and it's getting really frustrating. But and then talking about Dade's team real quick. I'm curious to see how Quentin Johnson and Ricky Pearsall affect him from just a winning standpoint. Not even as like looking into the future. Really just looking at how much it's gonna fuck up my draft stock in what the scat squad. But anyways, I'm taking myself to win in an absolute slaughter. I hope I score the most points I've ever scored in fantasy against Dade this week, and I hope he scores 70. Thank you.
I hope Dade scores under 80 points the rest of the season. Still not over.
What are we doing?
That
I
game
hope Dade scores 200. Why are we shitting on Dade right now?
I do love that he's starting Olamide Zacchaeus and Cole Kmet, probably the 2 least involved guys in the Bears passing game on a weekly basis. But yeah, JP, I'm gonna take you as well. I feel like that goes without saying. We talked about Gadsden recaps, man. What a gem that could be for you. I mean, holy cow, this guy in the tight end premium as well. We proved that it's key to have tight ends in this league, guys. I know certain members don't like the tight end premium, and we oftentimes like to say if you don't like the tight end premium, it's probably because your tight end depth isn't that good. And just getting to see you mix and match, work with different guys on your flex playing your tight ends this week. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. But these are the type of games you can do that, and it doesn't matter. You'll win by a landslide.
If anybody needs a tight end, hit my line. I have so many tight ends that go off for no reason.
Yeah, Muth. How about Fryermuth? We didn't even talk about that in the recap. Kruk, he had 30
on the bench last week. Muth, AJ Barner, dude, they're freakish.
AJ Barner. I cannot believe I'm listening to a sell on AJ Barner right now.
Dude, he gets too many points sometimes, and it worries.
Drew, what do you got for this? Cam, what do you got for this? You're already going, actually.
Yeah, Cam.
I'm rooting for Dade. I got JP in this one, but I'm rooting for Dade. I need Pearsall and Johnson to lock in. I can't have JP have a top 5 pick. No way. Dade, let's lock in. Let's get the boys going. Feed them well before the game.
Where
taking
should
JP.
Dade cater from, Cam, before this week for his team?
I think he should get them sushi.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, we're scoring 100. We're beating them by 100.
Beef.
Sorry, I'm in trade negotiations right now. Yeah, I like JP here, and I don't really have much to say. Dade, good job for making that trade for Michael Carter because that won you the week. So, yeah.
All right. Straight, simple, and to the point from the Beaver. Let's move on to our next matchup here this week. And I don't. Do we have these lineups set here? Let's see. This is
I believe these are final lineups.
Wow. Okay. So lower marks. I mean, buys and injuries, guys. Bye weeks are really starting to kick in beginning.
Dude, you literally those words, buys and injuries. It's insane with the injuries mixed with the buys.
We're not going to have as many 150 projected point teams at least in the next few weeks, just based on those two factors alone. Cam, you got your fellow Cam, fellow Thug Shaker here in Cam Boyer. We can let you start with this preview. Your thoughts as he takes on your good pal and Matt.
It's a tough one. It's definitely a revenge game for Cam.
Has to start Tyler Johnson.
You know, I'm taking Henny.
Okay.
I'm taking Henny. I have a feeling Red Rocket's gonna go crazy to Tet. Josh Jacobs always goes nuts. Javonte Williams, he had a dud last couple weeks. He's gonna go off. Like, hey, scroll down. I'm gonna tell you why.
This is quite the match with QB.
Jamar Chase, like, let's be honest, he had like 16 catches last game. He's gonna go off against the Jets again. Johnson, that's gonna be a tough one. It's Henny. Book it. That's a whale.
Okay. Henny, the underdog by points projected. I'll just jump in and say, JP, if we scroll back up, this is quite the quarterback matchup. We are playing Beaver Fest the year 2025. It is Spencer Rattler against Andy Dalton. I was going to go on my spiel about how I don't know if I can pick a team that's starting Andy Dalton as their QB1, but I look on the other side and Rattler is the guy there. But we've talked, Boyer's team is so rock solid. I think we preach consistency a lot on this podcast, and I think he's the definition of showing up, being consistent every single week. And I said it last week with Matt. He came out and did his job, but it's so dependent on guys like Chase and Jacobs, and I just don't love that feeling at all times. So I'm going to take Boyer. I think he stays hot. I think he improves to 6-2.
I unfortunately the flex play for Matt is just pitiful. Darnell Washington, Nick Chubb, and having to start Tyler Johnson, pending any trade. And we just had a trade happen live.
Beav, what did you do? You got Flacco back? Or no, you dealt Flacco.
Oh my God. Wait.
All right, so now Henny is starting Flacco.
I called Henny before that. We're taking Henny.
I still like
Boyer. I had to get on the block. Sorry,
Henny, Flacco, Chase, stack. Come on.
I also, unfortunately, the Jets defense has actually been all right. And there's just too many matchup holes for me to pick Matt. I'm gonna take Boyer. The Tennessee versus Indy matchup is what's really swaying it for me. But if Terry McLaurin's out, who does he have to start? Wicks?
Hey.
You know what? I'm taking Matt.
All right.
Taking Matt.
Beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost track. I was on my making this trade. All right.
Real blockbuster, Drew. Real blockbuster.
Yeah, I got 2/3 for a 4-year-old QB, so I mean I can't turn that down, boys. So anyways, I'm gonna take Boyer here. Even though his matchups for his running backs are a little shaky. But Matt's are too, so I mean that Pitt defense looked atrocious though, so I do expect Jacobs to feast on that Pitt defense this upcoming week. That is Sunday Night Football. So yeah, I'm taking the Rippers here. Actually, no, I'm taking Matt here, even though I just showed on his team. I'm taking Matt here just because he made that trade with me. I'm taking Matt.
Lone Wolf.
I need to see.
I was supposed to be a lone wolf. That's why I took Matt.
No, I need to see another Cam Boyer crash out this week. I need to see another Cam Boyer crash out this week. I'm taking Matt this week. Oh, what the hell is he starting Trey Johnson?
Tyler Johnson. And yeah.
Oh, shit.
My guess is he'll make another trade prior to that. Could be wrong though. But
it's Matt. That wouldn't be shocking.
Nuz.
We got Nuz.
We're taking Nuz. We're
in the
taking
tie.
Nuz.
All right. Crook's already on the board with Nuz against the Typhoons. JP, can we scroll? Is this Ty's set lineup as well? Is he really hit with the bye and injury bug this week? He is. Okay. See, my tough thing with Jake, actually, no, Beep. I want you to go second. I want you to give your thoughts
Oh, Jesus.
because of last
Right.
week.
Oh my goodness. Dude, it's just 2 weeks in a row. I've talked about this before we got the previews. I talked about it in the recaps. I mean, Rashad White in 2025. Yes, he's okay. But I mean, just getting that BS just drop down, whatever you want to call, and just I lost again just off that, and then Baker Mayfield fumbles on the next play. I mean, yeah, Cam, laugh at that. I hope
What did you
laugh
think
at
of the
that.
video what did you think of the video that Jake made?
Dude, I don't even give a shit
That will
about
be posted on our
That-
Instagram by the time.
That video was awesome.
That
Good
was
for that.
dude. I probably
know what?
watched it like 12.
Oh my, dude.
Mega Mind.
But I want
Mega
to get back into Jake's matchup real quick. James Cook, if he doesn't have at least 25 points this weekend, I would be officially concerned against that Carolina defense. They do not look good. I do like the Dak. I like Dak and picking up Dak, but Jane Daniels is out what now 6 weeks, so we start Marcus Mariota again. I mean, of course, I get Jane Daniels and he gets 2 garbage time touchdowns, even though they're down 20, and then he gets freaking obliterated and hurt. I mean, that's just awesome. Whatever. I mean, Saquon is just terrible this year. I mean, he just looks like a lost puppet out there. We'll just get to that. So, I mean, I don't really have anything else to add. Props to Jake for sneaking out with the dub this week. No hard feelings to you, but. Uh, yeah, I'm taking Jake this week again. I don't even go. Let me think about this one. My head's spinning right now. Gee, I can't. I'm sorry, but Cam. What do you think? Who do you think's winning this week?
I'm taking Nuz. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ty's team is such fraud work the whole time.
Oh my god.
They rely on weather. They rely on shit to be good for them. They're not good. They're not good. They suck.
I can drop this nugget on Jake's team. At least going into this week, he was 13th in points against and 9th in points for in the league this year. I don't know what he is now. He is 9th in points for and 12th in points against.
Well,
take that for what it is going into this week. What do you got, Drew?
No, I was just gonna say I thought I read that Jane Daniels is out for like 4 weeks. Is that not true anymore? Or what? Like what the? Why is he projected 19 points?
I didn't see anything on that.
I didn't either.
I can't confirm or deny.
I thought he was out for 4 weeks because of like a. Yeah, I thought he was hurt again. I thought I saw that they said he was out for week 8.
Says it's not considered long term. I'm sure he won't play this week, but
what idiots. Well, Dan Quinn is a fraud, so. You know what? Give me the Typhoons this week. Jake has scored 120 the past like 3 weeks. I don't see a spike week this week at all. And I don't think Barkley's gonna hit his projection again. I think he's gonna go under that. So yeah, give me the Typhoons. I'm expecting 30 points from J.K. Dobbins this week. Book it.
JP.
I just got screwed over by injuries last week, and so it's really hurting my heart to take Ty. I'm gonna take Ty, but the same way I prefaced with Jack's team saying if Brissett played, and then literally the next day Josh Downs concussed himself at practice.
That's hard to do. That's impressive.
I'm gonna preface this by saying if Debo and Godwin both don't play, my pick is going to Zippy. But if at least one of the two play, I will stick with Ty. I'm going to make my official pick Ty, but with the asterisk next to it because I just got screwed over so bad by Josh Downs. But give me Ty's here. I love the matchup of Dobbins versus Dallas. I think Dobbins will find his footing there. And then some of the matchups over on Jake's side worry me. New Orleans is going to beat Tampa, so that worries me. Higgins against New York worries me. And then what's the other one? Oh, yeah, Garrett Wilson versus Cincinnati. Why does that worry me? It shouldn't if Garrett Wilson even plays, but it does because Tyrod Taylor is throwing him the ball.
He's not playing.
Dak versus Denver is worrisome.
Garrett Wilson's not playing, so just he can get that out of his head. So
I'm going to take Ty as well, not because I feel like he's better equipped for this week, but I need to see it from Jake's team once. It's one of those show me you can do it, show me that numbers are there, and then I'll believe in you a bit more. That's what's just so hard right now. Drew mentioned it's the low scores. Granted, scores have been lower in certain weeks. It's not necessarily just a Jake thing. We're not dogging on Jake. He just happens to be the victim of it based on certain things. What was it? Not this past week, but the week before. It was like the lowest scoring week we've had in this league in probably 2 years. Like that, the 2 weeks ago was just a bad week for fantasy altogether. But this past week, I mean, a 120 points squeaked by 1 point win performance. I feel like I need to see it a bit more. And if Jaden Daniels does not play, that is all bets are off there. So I'm going to take Ty, but this could be a very ugly, low scoring matchup.
I don't understand why there's so much debate. It does. Next.
I understand you want the Typhoons to lose, Cam, but it's Typhoons here.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Get it out of your head.
There's no way it's the Typhoon. The Typhoons are trash. They need to sell. And
I'm
right here.
We're going to pick this up here in just a couple of seconds. Kruk, your matchup's next. We got some more time to preview that here on the Just Beavin podcast. Back for Kruk part 2. We have a few more matchups to preview in week 8 of our season before getting into our picks of the week. And if you've been tuning in the last couple of weeks, our guests have been involved. The picks of the week. Cam, it is your matchup with Jack, but JP, you got something to throw out there before we let Cam take it away?
Yeah, Cam. So the people at home are wondering if you plan to use your warning this week and throw the game openly against Jack. And what better place to answer that question than right here on the pod?
I've thought about some tomfoolery. Definitely thought about it. But I also thought about setting a message. Hey, I'm right behind you. I'll get there, type of thing. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference because Jack's team is not good. And actually, if you want to refresh, I made a roster poll, but it just makes my predictions look way better, which is sexy. But sadly, AJ Barner's out this week, so had to adjust.
Oh, dang it.
I know. Oh, I guess my thing just didn't adjust. Anyways. Yeah, we're starting the move this week. He deserves a spot. Dude, Tez Johnson. Let's be honest. Let's get real here. 4th round pick, Tez Johnson.
He's still a nobody. Let's not get over ourselves.
Are you kidding me right now?
Okay.
I wouldn't say he's a nobody, but he also is 135 pounds soaking wet.
I mean, he's looked. I'll give him. He's looked great, but I mean, I honestly, Cam. Never mind. It's like they gave Godwin all that money. It's not like they're just gonna cut him. I mean,
why? The dude's always hurt. Who cares?
Yeah, no, they genuinely might cut him.
I guess they
especially because they got
Ibuka.
They got Ibuka. They got Jalen McMillan.
I should have thought about that before I said that. But how much do they give? How much do they give Godwin? A 3-year deal for like 83 mil, or is it
doesn't matter how much they gave him. If they can find a way out of it, they'll take the dead money.
Yeah, they have 3 wide receivers that are serviceable with Baker.
I was gonna say because it's yes, Godwin's a fine player, and like you don't want to cut a fine player, but if he's taking away snaps from other pieces that are younger and probably going to be around a little longer on cheaper money, yeah, adios Godwin. My guess is the Steelers trade for him.
That's a good fit.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah.
But Tez Johnson did not look terrible at all.
He did not. He got a lot of targets too.
And that touchdown he had, that touchdown was athletic. I'm not gonna say it was amazing. It was an athletic touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. 4th round pick, I might be the mind.
What obviously you're picking yourself, Cam?
Yeah. Yes, I am. This dude's buns.
Are we picking who we think is gonna win or who's gonna lose?
I'm taking myself to win.
The loser's the real winner of this.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Brooks is looking at me.
I mean, the loser of this is in play for the first overall pick. The winner is likely out.
Jack can use his warning too, no?
He lost his on.
Oh,
wasn't it Josh Downs again?
Yeah. Oh, that I thought.
I don't know. Oh no, it wasn't Josh Downs. It was like Chris Brooks or some bullshit. But
no, it was Keaton Mitchell. I think was that.
It was
right?
Chris Brooks.
I have
it was
Keaton
Chris Brooks.
Mitchell.
Oh, it was a running back. I know that.
It was Chris Brooks.
But I honestly, for Bauer,
am I muted? It was Chris Brooks.
I understand that.
No, you're good, man.
JP, who was it? I think we need to hear it one more time.
I think it was Chris Brooks.
But for Bauer's sake, if I'm him, I have 5 first-round picks, and there's only one guy that I want in this draft, and it's Jeremiah Love. Okay, this draft class is very weak. I'm tanking again this week and losing my second round pick this year.
And paying a $10 fine.
That I would pay a $10 fine for Jeremiah Love. I don't care.
Would it not just be like Jonathan Taylor on his team again? He would just be right in the middle again.
No, but he has 5 first-round picks. I mean, he's got to change something at least.
He has
I mean,
one early and four like last.
okay, but he hits Luke's, and look at Luke's downfall.
He's
I
5-1 or whatever he is.
Okay,
5-2.
He's starting Tyrod Taylor now. I think it's going to be a little different for him. I know he's got Bijan and Josh Allen, but I mean DJ Moore and Jerry Jeudy. I mean they're going to be on his list if you guys know what I'm referring to. So,
Oh, God. No, I get it, but I think if he just takes Jonathan or Jeremiah Love, it's just another mid-level Jonathan Taylor team. Like
and the thing,
nothing changes.
I am sorry for taking up time, but I just was thinking about this the other day. Like the thing with Jack, he's got these 5 first-round picks, and like boys, these got to be like the most less valuable first-round picks ever because this draft class stinks.
I mean, we've said that multiple times about multiple classes,
and guys find a way, man.
I hope I'm wrong because
I
like
think.
this.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Cam. You're a guest.
I think this class is actually not that bad. It's just 2027 is just such a monster that we're overlooking this class.
I mean, I guess, but I mean,
this most recent class we just had wasn't like spectacular on paper, and
No,
now we have
it
Warren,
wasn't.
Nagbuka, Scat, McMillan, Hampton.
I
mean,
would,
the consensus
I
101 has been like the 5th
yeah.
best running back in the class. So.
I would give up my left testicle for Jordan Tyson. Yeah, I said that right. Yes, I would. I would.
Okay.
You come to Papa.
All right.
It's good to know. I'm going to take Kruk. I'll keep it simple. Cam and Drew have run through most of this matchup already. And Cam, if you are able to get it, man, it'll be a long time coming. Your first win and over a calendar year. So.
Yeah, that sucks.
I went with him last week and he screwed me over. I'm taking him again. Give me Jack to get his first win. I know Cam's lineup is set now, but I don't think it will be on Sunday, and I'm going to play it safe. And even if he sets his lineup, I still think Jack has a chance to win. So I like those odds a little better. So I'm going to take Jack to win.
Now I want to take Jack. Would I be the first panel to ever take?
No, Dave came on and picked himself, and
Frankie,
so did Frank.
Last year when he played Kale, the former member of the league, he took against himself as well. So
I think exactly what Dade said was he's like, yeah, no, I know like it's bad to pick against myself, but I'm playing Drew. I'm gonna get my ass kicked, so I'm taking Drew.
Yeah, I'll take myself. Though.
This might be match for the year for different reasons. A couple of winless 0-7 teams going at it. We'll see.
I didn't get my pick.
Who's your pick, Drew?
I thought you said you were taking Kruk.
I'm taking Golden Showers, but I just wanted to clarify. I never made my pick though.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry,
Thank you, Drew.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit! I skipped one. Sorry.
As we move on, I got Wade this week, guys. I don't really know how much we want to. It's second time playing Wade this year. We're still the small dogs, Kruk.
Yes,
I know you appreciate that. We gotta, as I've said, we gotta earn our way back up to being the big dogs. I don't know though, after nearly 190 points last week, I think we're well on our way to earning that status again. But I need to see a little bit more from my group. I'm just hoping to see more consistent running back play. Hall and Kamara, I mentioned it in the recaps. I hope one of them at least gets traded. I know Kamara had that comment of trade me and I'll retire, so it would be more on Brees. But one of them needs a change of scenery if I want a real shot at this thing. But the big thing for this week is let's just get out of this thing healthy, please. No injuries. That would be really nice. Don't have to worry about injuries. No T-Law, he's on a bye, but this is a good week to only have one quarterback to play when I'm in a spot like this. And Wade's coming off an all-time low performance in the league, so I will take myself. JP.
Yeah, I'm also taking you. I just did a quick scan through of Wade's roster, and he might have 2 open spots this week in which he cannot fill any players. So if anyone out there had confidence in Wade winning this week, that should probably be thrown out the window. Not much to add. I've been harping on Kendre Miller and Rico Dowdle and Cedric Tillman all year, and now Miller tore his ACL and Dowdle and Tillman are no longer on the roster. There's absolutely nothing to look forward to on this team. Shout out Wade though. Like I mentioned with Kruk, we do appreciate you buying into the league and showing up to the draft, which two members of the league can't say. So shout out to Wade for that. But give me, I already wrote Andy down for all four of us, but give me Andy.
Yeah, we're taking Andy.
Yeah, give me the small dogs.
My
matchup of the week.
This is.
How about this one, guys? Hunley's Hicks, Luke coming off one of the more tougher performances you're going to see from a team of his record this season, taking on Frank. JP, I'll let you start here as you had your go at it with Luke this year, and that's a really rough loss for him in the war on Route 4.
Yeah, this is the second time these teams are matching up in 3 weeks. Luke got the better of him the first time around and holds a tiebreaker on him. This could be a monumental game as we get later into the season with seeding. And, I mean, just to put some perspective out there, Date is currently the 7th seed. So the first and second seed are probably the most coveted they've ever been at any moment in time in this league. So Luke's sitting at the 3 seed. Obviously, he's got to catch me, but this could be a game that turns the season for him and or keeps the derailing happening. I don't like Pickens against Denver, although maybe I do. He is matched up with Riley Moss.
Yeah.
I love Olave versus Tampa. Goddard versus you know what? Oh my God, Luke.
I'm taking Luke. Yeah.
Oh my God, Luke might win this week. Oh my God.
I looked
oh my God, Luke's gonna win this week. Wait, who's his running back? He'd moved Bill up. And then, oh my God, and Darius Slayton comes back. Is this a
He still has Henry Ruggs on his roster.
Oh my God, is this Darius Slayton comes back to beat Frank? I'm taking Luke. The prophecy's being filled. Oh my gosh,
I didn't realize Luke still rostered Henry Ruggs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he just dropped an active NFL roster player today, but he did not drop Henry Ruggs. Anyways, the prophecy's being filled. I can't wait for Luke to win. You know what? As much as I hated him being on top of the league, it was fun when he was active. To have him completely silent for 48 hours was just not fun.
He said he didn't watch football this weekend. That's how depressed he was.
So hopefully we can get Luke back. But I'm taking Luke to win. I love the matchups.
I'm also taking Luke. Frank, he went up 10, then 20, then 30, then 40 against me. And at some point, you got to put the bench in. He never put the bench in. We're taking Luke. Luke's going to get my back here. He's going to get a vengeance, and he's going to go to the prophecy.
Yeah, tough running back spot for Frank this week, not having Gibbs out in Detroit and seeing how everything else is lined up. You're hoping Drake London gets some volume against Miami, and we've said Tet should be better with Andy Dalton under center. We just don't know what Zay Flowers is going to look like with Jackson coming back and how well the Bears secondary has played. I feel like there's more question marks on the left side than on the right. And for that reason, I'm going to take Luke.
Yeah, I'm looking at Luke's receivers, and I don't like any of their matchups.
You don't like George Pickens versus Riley Moss?
That's the glorious matchup, bro.
I don't.
That's it. That's the one.
I don't. I like Drake London going against Miami. I like Tech going against Buffalo. I like Zay Flowers going against Chicago.
Set your own path, man. Do your thing.
I'm going to take Frank here. I'm really going to take Frank here. The only thing that worries me is that Frank's starting Woody Marks. That does worry me.
How's he been?
He's been okay. He's been all right.
He's all right. I can pull up his stats for you.
I gave him up for a 4th, so that's unfortunate. But
yeah, he hasn't been completely awful. I mean, probably touchdown merchant.
Frank's dealing with some tough buys this week as well. I think if you scroll down and see his bench and who he's, Gibbs, Sharp, Walker. This is also just a tough case of the bye weeks.
Yeah. This would be a great win for Frank. Yeah, I'm taking Frank.
If you had Mahomes and Amon-Ra, I think I'm taking Frank.
Yeah, I probably would too. Although Amon-Ra's on a bye as well.
Oh shit.
Beav, your matchup, you got Brady this week.
Yeah, I got no comment here. I'm taking Brady here. That's all I'm saying here.
You're taking Brady?
Yep, I'm taking Brady.
In all seriousness, you're taking Brady?
I am taking Brady. I I,
Kruk,
re- I really think Brashard Smith's gonna score twice this week. I
he had a
really
pretty
do.
good week last week, man.
Yeah, he did. I called that one. I'm 2 for 2 on weeks in a row calling a good running back game. Loving it, baby.
So yeah, I'm starting Rico Dowdle this week. Expecting a little 20 bomb for him, and yeah.
But you think you're going to lose
But
to
you
Brady?
still think you're gonna lose?
Yeah.
I can't do this to myself. I just I'm taking myself. I still can't get over the loss from last week. It's gonna bounce back. God. I'm taking myself here. Go ahead, Kruk. What do you think?
Brady.
It does help that Brady has his Bills receivers back and hopefully a healthy Brock Purdy. He didn't have those
It
guys
just
last week.
not having two quarterbacks is gonna haunt him.
Dart's a beast, though, man. He is.
No, I'm not sold on
Hey,
that.
He's a fantasy
He's
merchant.
a fantasy
but
beast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Beeve, and I could totally see Beeve losing, but
Same.
I cannot wholeheartedly pick a team that is starting Devin Singletary in the year 2025. I can't do it. I really can't. But I can also see
if Brady was even starting a running back 2, I would hop on the train with you, Andy. But yeah.
This game comes down to Yoshi.
What's his nickname?
Man.
Motor.
Yeah, I just can't, man. And
don't.
Brady's guys have boom potential. I mean, look at Rashee Rice. He
That's
came
exactly
back
what I was looking
and
at.
was fantastic last week.
And the
Two
two Bills receivers versus Carolina. Drew's got some tough outings. Dobbs versus Pitt. Lamb versus Denver.
I also didn't realize Drew is starting Jalen Noel this week.
Yeah.
That is tough.
You don't like that, man?
With the exception of Kruk and Jack, I think this might be the poop bowl this week.
Whoa, hello.
Yeah.
Me and Jack.
I'm taking Beeve to win, but I'm taking Brady to cover.
Yeah. If you
like
see
that.
it, I have 4 receivers hurt. I have Tyreek Hill, Jacoby Myers, Calvin Ridley, and now fucking Mike Evans. Broken collarbone.
Sounds like the retirement home.
Yeah.
Not sure 2 of those guys will play past 2026, but
Steve, you could have had Quentin Johnson and Ricky Pearsall, but you were playing games, man.
Oh goodness.
It's coming to haunt you.
Get off our show, please.
Real quick before we get to the picks, JP, we have not gone over this the last couple of weeks. What have our records been in picking the league, and how did we do last before we get into our picks of the week with Cam?
yeah, so all at total now, we are at Andy is 36-13, and me and Drew are 35-14. Last week we all took Frank to win. Frank won. We all took Luke to win. Luke did not win. We all took Andy to win. Andy won. We all took Drew to win. Drew did not win. You 2 took Dade. I took Jack. I got absolutely screwed. That was supposed to be my get back game. Then you 3 took Boyer, and I took Ty, and that was really supposed to get me back. And then Ty won. So last week we all went 5-2. Andy leads us by a game. Luke, our guest, went 4-3.
Nice.
All right. And then before we give it to Drew for his picks of the week segment, how did we do in our gambling picks last week? And how
last week was arguably our worst week of the season. Being a guest brought us to our lowest hit percent at 25%. Luke took Falcons money line, which honest to God is up there with Drew's play of Jets money line for worst picks in the series. I'm not sure what either of them saw in either of those plays. Then I'm also right there with one of the worst plays of the year with Chargers -1.5, and they got 30 ball just about. I know the score was a lot closer than the final score is a lot closer than the game, and then Andy, thank God for Andy, taking the Bears -5.5 versus the lowly New Orleans Saints. That hit. That brings Andy's record to 4-3, my record to 5-2, and Drew's record to an impressive 1-6. Our guests are also 1-1.
I just want to clarify before we get to this segment. Bryce Young still can play on the road. As you guys saw, he got hurt on the road. I think it was a fake injury. I just want to let you guys know.
Yeah, I do want to say before I give it to you, I need to clip that "Thank God for Andy" part just to play that to inspire me every day. That made me feel good. Thank you. But Drew, your segment, man, it's your show.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to our gambling picks, my favorite segment of the show. If you guys are watching for the first time, my name is the Beaver, and I would fade me. So whatever pick I get today, I would put lots of money on the other side of that pick.
Agreed.
Kruk, I'm gonna throw it to you. What do you got for us this week?
All right. My real bet, I'm doing Niners money line plus 105. And
Against?
from against the Texans.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like that's a decent plus odds game. But my hesitant one that I throw $5 on is Browns beating the Patriots.
Okay.
Wow.
But your pick is Niners money line.
Yes, yes,
So you're taking the Browns on the road?
yes.
Do you have a reason for that?
Judkins
Man,
playing
you're
great.
really pressing him over this pick. You've never pressed another member like this.
I just curious. I'm 1-6. I can't say shit.
Look, they've beaten the Packers. I know it was at home, I believe. They beat the Packers, arguably at the time, probably one of the best teams in football. Patriots, they're 5-2, but I feel like they're getting too arrogant.
Browns are the Aura Killers. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. So give me the Browns plus 300.
That's wow. All right. I love
Dude,
it,
you
Kruk.
took the Jets last week.
All right, shut up. This is my segment. Let me talk, all right? I don't want to hear your opinions. Please hit your mute button, and thank you. Okay, Yak, what do you got for me this week?
For the second time, I'm doing an over-under play this year. I believe the last time I did the under in that Bengals-Vikings game, and I want to say the Vikings covered the over on their own. This is why I don't like taking unders. I'm not taking under. This week it's going to be an over. It is a divisional matchup out in the NFC East. Giants-Eagles over 43.5. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yak, divisional games are normally low-scoring affairs. That is not the typical play in division games. I think it's different with these two offenses, guys. That is a really low number. And when they faced off in prime time, usually prime time games can be seen as lower scoring games. In New York, it was 34-17. So that hit the over in that mark. And I don't know, you see what the Giants did last week against Denver, putting up 30 plus. We know this Eagles offense can score at will. Just for some reason, 43.5 seems like a really low number for this game. And that's why I like the over. And I'm trying to be a bit different, not trying to do money lines and spreads every week. So Giants Eagles over 43.5 is my play.
I got a question.
Yes, Kruk.
The weather is dropping. The air is getting thicker. Do you
Okay.
think they're going to keep trying to run the ball and that's going to hurt the over-under?
If they do, then yeah, I'm screwed. But
all right, cool.
It's totally a possibility. But Saquon Barkley, it's been tough sledding for him. Eagles, the ground game's been tough sledding.
Yeah, but
so
the Eagles have been competitive when they were able to throw, and if the air is thicker and Jalen Hurts does suck, it's a little.
I'm willing to die on the sword. The number's just too low for me to not like it. So that's my
Respect it.
All right, and then JP, we're gonna throw it over to you. What are you thinking, man?
Yeah, so like Kruk, I have two plays. My main play is the Denver Broncos at home minus 3.5 versus Dallas Cowboys. People are going to be oohing and ahhing after the Cowboys just blew out the Washington Commanders at home. They have the most fun offense in the league, and now they are running into a buzzsaw on that defense. Yeah, I think there's no reason the Broncos should be even favored in this game, given how they've played over the past couple of weeks, and they're 3.5-point favorites. So give me that, and then also if you're feeling frisky, sprinkle the New Orleans Saints money line at plus 195 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is a lovely play. They're only 4.5-point dogs, so if you're really not confident in the money line, I advise taking the spread at least. As I believe they will for sure cover, but since my main play is the Broncos, just a little sprinkle on the Saints money line.
It wouldn't be a pick segment without a reference either for or against the Saints in any kind. I feel like they've been mentioned at least 5 out of the 7 episodes we have had up to this point. I should say 5 of the 8 now. But yeah,
are they still 0-6 or 7?
They got one win.
They got me one of my betting wins versus the Giants.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Steve, what's your pick?
So, you guys probably aren't going to like this pick, but, I'm going to still take it.
The look on JP's face.
Dude, he said that for the past 4 weeks, and it hasn't turned out good once.
Time out.
Just take a minus 900 and get the
what
record
pick is
back.
your one victory? What win did you get? You remember the pick that you won on?
It was week 1. I don't
It was
remember.
probably one of
Was
those
it
like
really the first week?
promotional.
Yeah, I've been.
Probably
Oh,
one
I
of
Jazz
mean,
minus 3.5.
yeah, it was week 1.
Yeah, we went 3-0 week 1. Hasn't won since week 1.
All right, I'm telling you right now, this place hitting. I'm still PO'd about the Jets loss. I mean, that was
I
ridiculous.
still can't believe you took the Jets.
Dude, they had so many opportunities and they blew it. I mean,
But
Tyron
they're
Taylor threw 3 picks. I
they're
mean,
a terrible football team.
I don't care. Like, I mean, they're at home. The Glenn Monster sucks as a head coach. He sucks as a staff.
No,
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 The Glenn Monster's basically Big Bird
All
out
right,
there.
what's
I
the
know.
pick here?
no Glenn Monster slander. What's your pick?
All right, I'm taking Steelers money line this week, plus 150 at home. Spread is plus 3.5, but I'm feeling the money line. I think they get it done against Green Bay. They're at home. They're coming off a bad road loss against that Cincinnati team with Joe Flacco. I'm really feeling the Steelers this week. Shout out Wade for his team this week. Yeah, Steelers money line.
I
Darnell.
don't hate it. I don't hate it. But if I needed an everlasting win, I don't think I'd be taking the Steelers as
Well,
3-point
if
underdogs.
Beef.
if I'm telling you right now, you
I
guys.
can't wait to watch this back and see Kruk's reaction to that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Other than that pick, I mean, I really like that pick. That was my first pick of the week. Kruk, laugh all you want.
It's a money
mean-
line. It's not hard
I
to feel
mean-
good about a money
I mean,
line
all
pick.
these plays. I didn't want to take it because I was actually thinking about Bears money line this week.
So am I.
I
Wait,
actually
beef.
what?
Live bet. I'll take $10 Green Bay. You $10 Pitt. Do it right now.
All right, deal. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
So,
sweet.
all right. So I have 10. Wait. Hold up. Wait. No.
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 You
Wait.
just
Wait.
agree
No.
to it, Drew.
Well, oh wait. Hold up. No. Okay.
was a
I'll do this.
Thursday.
But hold up. Since the Steelers are favorited, so I should get $15.
You already said deal.
Steelers are
Oh.
underdogs, Drew.
Yeah, Steelers are underdogs, so I should get $15 if I win, and you should get.
All of our viewers will know that you're a scam artist and you literally just said deal.
Well, guess what? Thank God I'm the president of AI. So.
I'll give you 13 if Pittsburgh wins.
All right, perfect. That's my favorite number, so it's gonna hit now.
Shit. God damn it.
Wait, are you wearing a Jay Cutler jersey too?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. I
Dude.
love you bringing that out on the pod. That's awesome for
I
our
found it
viewers.
at a bar.
A bar.
You found
Yeah.
the jersey?
Swear to God, yeah.
What bar?
And you
No idea.
just took it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, I was with my dad. He pointed it out in the corner. He's like, "You want it?" Like, okay.
Free Jay Cutler jersey.
Yeah, I mean, and it's
And it
got
was
the
your
stitch
size.
number.
What are the odds?
My size, too. Asshole. This is like extra large.
Oh, well, you're sitting down. I can't tell. From the
No,
shoulders
I'm
down,
just
it looks
kidding.
like it fits you. But
I'm just kidding.
anything else here, boys? Or can we send Mr. Cameron on his way? All righty, Cam. We appreciate you coming on the pod here this week. Thanks so much for taking time out of your night. And we wish you the best of luck moving forward the rest of the season. Maybe you get your first win for the first time in a very long time. And we have our trade deadline special and all the fun things to come in this league. Thanks so much for joining us, Cam.
When does this pod air?
Thursday morning. Every Thursday morning at 6 a.m. Central Time. Per request
Very
of everyone.
interesting.
Why do you
Very
ask?
interesting. Huh?
All right.
Cards are held tight, brother. Cards are held tight.
Appreciate it, Cam. Thanks, man.
See ya.
Cam, thanks so much for coming on, joining the pod, being our Beavin guest here this week, wrapping out the show like we always do with our power rankings. Without further ado, we will see those momentarily. We had a lot of movement in last week's power rankings, JP, but as the viewers see, week 8, not a lot of change, a lot of yellow on the far right-hand side of your screen.
Yeah, and these make for boring recaps, but sometimes it's what's necessary. So I keep the top spot. Shout out to Andy for leaving me there. Drew holding steady with Boyer at number 1, which also respectable, as you see me and Andy got him at 2. Andy, a big jump from 8 to 3. I think it was about time. We've been so up and down on your team in the power rankings. Hilariously enough, you're the highest scorer in the league. So. For whatever reason, we've been distasteful to you, but you finally climb your way back to number 3.
Yeah, man. I think if I win the week 1 matchup against Jake where I lost by 4, or if I win against Dade where I also lost by 4, if I have a 5-2 record, I think there's a much different tone around my team right now. I think I'm 3rd or 4th in points against and 1st in points for. it feels like I'm Boyer in year one of the league for those who remember. Was it year one or year two where he led the
Year
league? It
one.
was, yeah, he was like top of the league in scoring, but everyone had seemed to go off against him. That's not a complaining thing. I mean, I just know that happens in fantasy sometimes. That's how life goes. That's how things are. But like I said, brick by brick, we'll take this week by week. The way I've mapped it out in my head is I think the magic number. You guys can agree or disagree. I think the magic number to get in, you need to win 8 games to get in the
Yep.
playoffs. I think if you win 8 games and I'm at 4, I have Wade and Bauer on my schedule. If I can win those 2, let me do some correct math here. I need to win 2 of my other 5 matchups. So if we can just do that, we're fine. And that is what it is. We've learned in leagues past, our first 2 years of this league, the final team to get into the dance wins the whole thing. Not saying that rings true all the time, but you just need a seat at the table to have a chance. And I still think we're in a pretty good position to do that.
Yeah, and then we got Frank at 4. It feels like Frank has been at 4 for the past 4 weeks. Then we move to Ty. We absolutely dumped on you in last week's episode. You were down at all the way at 10.
Not me. I had Ty at 5.
Yep, that is correct. Andy did not dump on you. Your team went absolutely nuclear this week. The respect had to be given somewhere. Drew still a little lower on you at 6, and then I mean we really were in sync for a lot of this. The most peculiar one is right here with Matt. We were all over the place with him. Drew had him as high as 4. I had him right here at 6, and Andy having him at 8. Drew, for someone who's dumped on Matt's team both openly and privately, why do you have Matt so high at 4?
Yeah, I'm not too sure actually. Was I don't know. That was kind of a brain fart for me, but yeah, I'm just gonna praise Matt here for a minute.
I'm not too sure.
Jamar Chase had a 40 bomb. I think that jumped out to me, and Jacobs, and it's getting late here at night, and I don't even remember who his other running back is. And that's kind of very sad for me to say right now. Yeah.
Javonte Williams, you just gave him to him.
Yeah, Javonte Williams. Sorry, guys. It's getting late in the night. You guys should be blessed that we're doing this for you. This is why we love you. Anyways, yeah, Matt had the 40-pointer, so that really grabbed my attention, and I just want to give him his praise for this week. But I could see Matt falling down the stakes once again next week. So it's a week by week thing for Matt, as we all know. So
yeah, then Luke coming in at 7. We had him at Luke's input is wrong, and I greatly apologize for that. We had Luke at 3 last week, and he is down at 7. So let's make a quick adjustment here. Little -4 action on him, and let's change that yellow, and let's make it a little red. So there was a little more shakeup than we thought. My apologies on that. Luke, your team sucked this week, and I think our rankings show that. We still have some faith in you. You didn't get the tie treatment, fall all the way down to 10, but we certainly did not like what your team had to show, and I don't think anyone did. You would have lost. Oh, you almost would have lost to Dade, which would have been hilarious. Woody?
Dade had 95. Luke had 93.
Oh my God, you would have lost to Dade. Oh my God, you're terrible. Never mind. We should have dropped them lower, boys. Granted, you were missing Josh Allen, so we'll cut you some slack there. Zippy dropping 1 spot after a win. He's 5-2. It feels so gross to have him at 8 with the record. But as you said earlier in the episode, with the points for and the points against, it's hard not to have him this low. Beef team is beat to shit. 3-4. We got you at 9, dropping 4 spots.
Yeah.
Nothing to add?
Just a little injured, and yeah, I don't really have anything to add. Team's not showing up. We might have to make a coaching change.
Understandable. Brady, the highest you've ever been in our power rankings a week prior at 9. You've returned to normalcy. You are back at 10. Would it be crazy of me to say that 10 through 14 won't ever change again? Although I do want to point out, I swapped Kruk and Jack this week. Okay. Jack has gone off 2 straight weeks, and Kruk has not scored more than 80 in those 2 weeks. I think we might be seeing a little change here. Jack's got Downs, Kirk, Brissett. Oh well, Brissett won't be a starter much longer. This might have been a pre-ejaculation on Jack's team here. But either way, shout out to Wade for still being the worst team in the league, literally having no player worth maybe even a second because I'm not sure Tua is worth anything at this point. So shout out to Wade for having zero value on his team. It is truly impressive what you've managed to turn Kale's roster into, and I mean that as a compliment completely.
Yeah.
Drew, you said wait.
I was just saying things in my head. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's one of those
No,
episodes, man.
that's all I got for the power rankings. Unless either of you two got anything.
No, nothing. Shout out the boys.
Okay.
Some good movement up, some down movement this week. And shout out Cam for joining the pod this week. Shout out all of you for watching this. This is going to be a long episode. We already know that this is going to be a long episode, so we appreciate the support. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out our Instagram account as well, beaver.fest. We got some content that we'll post it throughout the week. As we get ready, trade deadline a week away, guys. It's pretty crazy. Bear down, all the good things. 4 in a row for our Chicago Bears. Great vibes here on the show this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. You know where to find us, right here on the Just Beavin podcast.